Hey everyone, it's Mike here, and welcome back to my channel. So, in my last video, I guess I should do a little recap here. I actually have some bullet points written down, so, let me just lazily go through them right now. So, in my last video, I basically said that I was done with YouTube. I was done with the whole platform, and, I had really just had enough of everything on my channel and just about the entire process of YouTube, the algorithm, and a lot of those other things that really just made a lot of what I'm doing not quite so fun. And honestly, I have gone back and rewatched that video a number of times since I initially started, or since I left. And the thing is that I still agree with pretty much all those points I made in that video. I still agree with all the negative aspects of how YouTube works these days, of the way that certain things in the community happen, videos, everything along those lines. You can go watch that video at any point and get an idea of what I'm talking about. So with that being said, I just wanted to, along the way, I was thinking, and I was realizing, and you guys can tell this is all off the top of my head right now, that, really, even though I still agreed with a lot of those points, I ultimately decided that, there were still a lot of things I wanted to talk about. There were still a lot of things I was passionate about, and that was the main reason why I started doing YouTube in the first place, because I wanted to talk about those things. So, you know, why not go back to a place where I have over 130,000 subscribers? I have an audience that you guys are actually watching right now, and that's really cool that you're still watching after this period of time. And I might as well just get to it and just start talking about whatever I want. So that's kind of the thing. I wanted to tell you guys that I'm back, but I'm not doing it the same way I used to do it. Now it's just going to be for fun. Now it's just going to be, not these insane, intensely edited videos I used to do. It's just going to be like a fun conversation between you and me, hanging out, talking about whatever I feel like talking about at the time. The channel will be different than it was before. I'll talk about whatever it is that I feel like discussing at that particular point in time. And, maybe the algorithm will like it, maybe it won't. I don't really care anymore because this is just going to be for fun. And so, you guys can think of this as a refresh, a reboot, a retcon sequel, whatever you want to do. This is going to be the rebirth, the rebranding of Laughingstock Media. And, on that topic, what about Laughingstock Cinema? I'm sure that a lot of you have been asking about. What about in terms of, my movie channel? Am I going to be continuing that? And as of right now, it seems like the answer is going to be no. Because the fact is that Laughingstock Cinema actually got demonetized a little while back. I wasn't even paying attention at the time, so I didn't notice until I went in recently and looked. And so, as a result, why keep posting on that channel? It was never really what I wanted to do in the first place. I just wanted to have a channel where I could upload anything I wanted, and I talked about movies on here initially anyway, so why not just talk about it on here? Why not talk about whatever I kind of feel like talking about? And that's going to be kind of this mentality moving forward. So, another thing is, what content do I have planned, you may be asking? What kind of videos am I planning to do in the future? And you know what? When it comes to that, why even bother with planning anyway? Why not take a note out of Akira Toriyama's book, one of my all-time favorite creators, and just do this by the seat of my pants. Just have fun, make whatever video I want. Maybe I'm just going to do live streaming from now on. Maybe we're just going to do podcasts from now on. Maybe one day I'll just say whatever and upload an hour-long, super intensely edited video because I felt like doing it. That's just kind of how this channel's going to be moving forward, and I think that's going to be the most fun way to go about it. So, with that being said, let's actually get into this debut of this new series, which, who knows how long this will last. But either way, let's pull this up and start with the first edition of Laughingstock Nation, in which myself, and that's not grammatically correct, in which Josh from Dragon Ball Nation and myself will be discussing today what is going to be a very fun discussion about the new movie that just came out, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So, let me welcome Josh from Dragon Ball Nation onto the stream. Let me switch over my view, and we'll be doing that right now. So, here we... Oh, wait, I'm doing it wrong. Here we go. So, let me see. I think the screen capture is working. Let me put this in another tab. So, Josh, how are you doing?
I know how the newscasters feel now. Just
Yeah,
wondering when I'm on screen.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Uh,
How's it
so,
going, guys? Got motorcycles driving by my house as well,
I
like
honestly can't
always.
hear anything. You must have some like really good noise filter set up with that
I must. It's
microphone
funny
or
because I can hear everything that's outside.
yeah. I can't. So I guess it's either working or just has such shitty quality that it doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's the thing too, guys. We're going to be talking like normal people in these videos because I don't really care about like, subterfuge and not speaking the common language of people anymore. So we're going to be swearing. And another thing is I was going to do like a little South Park like disclaimer at the start. I forgot to write it down, so I'm just going to say it right now. If you're easily triggered, if you don't like super politically incorrect things and stuff along those lines, then maybe I'm not sure this is necessarily going to be the podcast for you because we're just going to talk like normal people and have a normal conversation and, say things along the way that may not necessarily be the most PC. So, hope you have fun with it if that's your bag, and if not, well, hopefully you'll have fun anyway. But anyway, Josh, with that being said, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, which every single time I go to say the name, I keep wanting to just call it Dragon Ball Super Gohan. And I kind of wish that was the name of the movie because DBS Superhero or whatever is a little, kind of a dumb name. I mean, it doesn't like, you can like say it certain ways that kind of roll off the tongue, but like saying the word super twice in a row is a little
Has
ridiculous.
naming in Dragon Ball been good at all in the last, I don't know,
Ever.
12 years?
Dragon
Really,
Ball
yeah, ever really, right?
Super.
But you got like Super Saiyan Blue, you got the names of the new forms in this movie. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean Dragon Ball. Well, I mean originally, remember it was called Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So it's
Right.
like, I mean, everyone has made the argument at this point. Oh, they should just
Well,
call
and
it.
the video games still use that terminology, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. They still use that. That's the name they put in all the video games.
Yeah,
They
so
don't say
does
Super Saiyan Blue at all anywhere.
yeah,
So
so does
it's
Jay.
interesting.
Jay still likes to call it Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and he still
Yeah,
likes to
I
use
guess
SSJ and all that
Jay
stuff.
Jay is using the correct terminology.
Yeah, he is. I should have told him about this, but he's sleeping there in Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah,
Shout out to
and
our
Lord knows we're
Australian
not going to be
fans.
up at 3 a.m. when it's you know.
Hey Siri, what time is it in Brisbane? 9:10. Jeez, that's like tea time there or something. No, they
Yeah,
they probably have those giant Foster beer times. But okay, yeah, I see there's a lot of people in the chat right now. So we got 100 people watching. That's really good. I expected 10 because the YouTube algorithm, after like not uploading for the time that a human being is congested and spit out. So hey everybody, hey denizen of the ages. I remember you. You used to do reaction videos on my channel. Let's see, Lupe Justinian. I like your Paul Thomas Anderson fandom. And let's see, I don't know, lots of other people that I'm definitely going to pretend I know. But either way, let's keep going and talking about this movie. So, with regard to this movie, I know that I made that whole video about why I'm not excited for the movie to come out. The trailer, at first, just looked terrible to me. Like the CG animation, the story, the let's bring back the Red Ribbon Army. Oh, and yeah, there's gonna be spoilers in this, by the way. So hopefully all of you have seen that. I mean, the thumbnail's kind of like a spoiler anyway, but Toei doesn't really care when they just throw that shit out there. Like I know you,
it's
Josh,
not
play
like
like
when they
Gohan.
it's not like when they had Blue Gogeta in the Broly trailers, back in 2020.
Yeah, well, there was the final trailer for this movie. They showed Piccolo's form, they showed Gohan's form, they showed Cell Max, and it's like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you wait a little bit? Like, I mean, they were doing so well up until that final trailer of not showing literally everything in the movie, but like, I mean, it's
Well, I think
impossible in this fandom not to get spoiled anyway, but still.
yeah, I think they realized that the marketing was honestly shit for this film, so
Yeah.
they wanted to bump it up a little bit
Yeah, I
because they
mean,
realized they didn't show anything exciting for the the casual fan that's not going to be, in depth in the series.
The thing is, though, that this movie is like number one at the box office. I mean, it's the shitty COVID era where most movies come out are garbage, but like it's the number one movie at the box office, which literally the only other anime movie to do that in American history is Pokemon the first movie, which I know you weren't alive yet, but when I went to go see that in theaters and it was
It
pretty
was like
great.
five.
Oh wow, yeah,
When did that come out? 99?
something like that.
That was 4 or 5.
I remember seeing that though. I even got the Pokemon cards. I have a lot of Pokemon cards, especially nowadays, which I don't know if I should show on screen or not because I don't know if that's too awesome for your eyes or if it just
Might get demonetized.
yeah, if it makes me just look like I make terrible financial decisions. But then again, I'm hanging
Yeah,
out
you're
with a whale,
yeah.
so
You're sitting with a guy that plays Dokkan and
yeah,
Legends. So um yeah, man, I don't want to tell you what I dropped you last night.
yeah. I don't even want to know at this
And
point.
new cooler came out.
Yeah, I did see. I saw that on like TikTok or Instagram, one of those
That cooler
websites.
wrap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You showed me that. That was actually
Yeah,
surprisingly good.
amazing.
Um, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So I wasn't excited for this movie at all. You guys know, like, you know how much I tend to disagree with the majority when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. You know, like, not that I'm like a contrarian. I go out of my way to do it. Like every single time I watched an episode of Super, I would try to be as like, you know, in the position as much as possible to enjoy it. And like I go into these movies doing that too. I had zero expectations going in. I thought, you know, how bad can this movie be? And not only was the movie not terrible, not bad, not even mid, it was actually really good. So maybe you guys were waiting for me to trash this movie, but I'm not going to because I actually really enjoyed it and just the whole theatrical experience of seeing this in the theater. Like I never thought I would get to see a Dragon Ball movie in theaters in Japanese in IMAX with Dolby Atmos and shit like that. Like it was an amazing theater experience. I went with my childhood friend Enzo, and you know, shout out to him. He's another big collector and stuff. And we saw it in theaters, and you know, we saw the Broly movie in theaters, but this was definitely the better theatrical experience because of just how you know mind blowing it is to see a movie like this in a theater. And that thing that I thought I was gonna hate at first, and I kind of at first when I started to watch the movie, I was like, I don't know. Like after that animated intro, which I actually thought looked really good. I don't know what you think about that, Josh. That like before the 3D when they had the animation.
I think the initial animation looked great. I think later parts where they used 2D animation looked a little bit clunky and there was a couple issues with it. But the early 2D animation looked good, but for some reason it seemed to be a lesser quality later in the film. I don't know if maybe
Yeah,
it was a different director for those sections or not. I don't know.
but either way, like when the 3D CGI animation started, I was like, oh no, I this isn't gonna turn out well. But for me, it actually, I mean, I don't know if I just got used to it, but it seemed like it got better as it went on. So like as like the fighting started, especially as we started to get like Gohan versus Cell Max and everything like that, you know, for me, I was like, wow, some of this animation looks great. And there still were shots along the way, like, you know, that didn't look all that good. A lot of the 2D looking shots looked great, you know, like how there were some shots in the movie that looked like they were more 2D. But especially like after Gohan goes, I don't know, Beast or whatever the hell we're going to call it. And,
East
yeah,
Gohan.
Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo and everything along those lines. You know, I thought it looked great, especially like that final shot of him doing the Makanko Sapo, and you know, we'll
Hmm.
get more into that as we go
Well,
on.
it's the
But
colors and the cinematography. It's just
yeah,
fantastic across the board.
like the actual direction, like the visual direction, looked great the entire movie. It was more of just like I mean, I'm still not 100% sold on CG. You know, I still think maybe this movie would have been like 10 out of 10 visuals if it was just 2D the whole time, like Broly. Because that movie, I just rewatched it again the other day, and that movie for me still looks great. But
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
it's a phenomenal looking film. I mean, I see the that animation work all the time because in Dokkan, I'll bring it up whenever I can.
go
But
for it. Maybe they'll
Gogeta
sponsor us
Blue,
eventually.
yeah, Gogeta Blue in that movie or in that game, his animations are like taken directly from the film, pretty much. So I see them constantly, and it never ceased to amaze me how good that movie looks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the animations you've shown me from Dokkan and Legends and stuff, it looks like they actually, I mean, they put all those microtransactions to good use, you know, because
Mhm.
they tend to look really good, and that's
Well,
another thing.
Dokkan sometimes, like for like Cooler, for example, a lot of his animations actually look better than the film does. So, you know,
Yeah,
there's that. It's an
it's
improvement.
crazy. I mean, when you have 30 years or whatever it's been since that movie came out, like there's no excuse for it not to look better, but you know, sometimes we get just like some of the remakes and Super of scenes looked like shit. So like it was
Yeah.
nice that in the past two movies and then even in video games like that they end up looking really good. Because I mean, even in Kai, like sometimes the redrawn scenes in Kai don't look all that great. Like Goku, when he first becomes a Super Saiyan against Frieza, it looks so much better in the original Japanese.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I don't
But
disagree with
Josh,
that at
what?
all.
Yeah, what do you think of the movie? Like, what's your overall
I think
impression?
the movie fucking sucked. Um,
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
fucking dog shit.
I actually would probably have to say that I would rank this a step below even Fusion Reborn, which I also consider one of the worst films in the series. Um, along with the aforementioned Broly film.
Is it because Goku
No,
didn't win at the end?
yeah, no, this well, first of all, Fusion Reborn is amazing,
Yeah,
and second off, this film was pretty great. I would say I like the Broly film more, but I would say this is probably my second or third favorite film in the series. But it's hard to say because I've only seen it once. I saw it once and
yeah,
I saw it dubbed because I didn't have the subbed version as an option.
yeah. I still
But
was surprised I got to see it subbed.
even I think you probably would remember, Mike. But even back when this was revealed, I said that I thought the visual style was really nice. It reminded me a lot of not exactly of the Xenoverse 2 cutscenes because there's some really high quality CGI cutscenes in Xenoverse 2
Yeah,
on these pre-rendered cinematics that look really nice. But really watching the film, what it really reminded me of is Dragon Ball Fighters because that's a 3D visual game, but it's on a 2D plane. It's 2D fighter,
hmm,
so most of the time you're actually looking at these 3D characters, but they appear 2D just because of the way the camera is. And
yeah,
that's a lot like how this film was, where it was 3D models, but a lot of shots look 2D, just like the anime, but like in a really hyper, like crisp and fantastic colors and the cinematography was something that I haven't seen in 2D animation. I'm not saying it's not possible or that it hasn't been done, but I'm saying I haven't seen it in 2D animation or really even 3D animation. I mean, the cinematography and just the way the camera moves was phenomenal. I mean, my friend that I saw it with said, the movie felt like he was on acid at times just because of all the ridiculous colors and everything in this movie.
yeah. How's the audio sound, everyone, by the way? Is it good this time? Because I know last time I streamed, everyone was yelling at me the entire time that the audio was so loud, even though I turned myself down like to the minimum and everyone else to the maximum. So just let me know in the chat right now.
The Cell Maximum.
Yeah, the cell maximum. And when I get into some of my cons, because guys, I know this is a shot. Oh, wait, let me do the full screen. Only for dramatic effect. And who knows, maybe I'll edit one of these streams in the fuck, how do I do this? I feel like such a boomer sometimes. Maybe we'll just play Halo one time. Guys,
Yeah, we should just stream Halo.
guys, I know this is a surprise, but I'm going to have some cons about this movie. It's not 100% perfect in
Get
every
really
single
close to the
possible way.
camera.
I am going to say things that aren't 100% positive in this video, and I know that's a surprise because I'm always positive about everything ever in the history of Dragon Ball, especially Dragon Ball Super. But with that being said, for me to be full on ASMR right now, I'm going to say negative things about this movie at points. So just some warning, just to let you know. Yeah. But anyway, uh, okay, so nobody's complaining about the audio right now, so I'm assuming it's fine.
The deaf guy.
Huh?
There's a deaf guy in the chat.
Oh, I see. Um, Sorry we couldn't have subtitles. Hopefully you can read my
Yeah.
lips.
Sorry, this isn't in Braille.
Imagine if they had braille subtitles, like you just like feeling on your. I don't know how the hell that would work, but in the future I'm sure it will. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Oh, well, whose room setup do you think's nice? Both of ours, because I mean, one of us clearly
Definitely
has
not mine.
the better room setup. I mean, Josh is like, in the 1800s, so he doesn't have any lights on in his room, but
This is a really nice room setup if you're homeless. And you don't know better.
yeah. So
Definitely
here's the
good.
little bit mine. I've never really done like a proper room tour, but here's like my movies, which I hate those things. Here's like my classic video game consoles, my Dragon Ball manga, my awesome Iron Maiden poster, some of my Pokemon
There's
cards.
that shitty game GTA 5.
Yeah. I mean that game came out like last year, right? Like it's
Yeah,
brand
it's
new.
pretty new.
They've never made any I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say. Who cares?
I'm
Anyway,
still waiting on GTA 5 too.
yeah, GT. I can't wait for Fallout New Vegas too. No, I actually can't wait for that if that's a thing. Uh, Anime music covers. Thank you for the super chat. You look good, Mike. Thank you. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm sure you guys didn't notice because I still look like I weigh 300 pounds. But anyway, I've lost in the past like year or so. I've lost about 100 pounds. This shirt's actually starting to get a little bit big on me too, and it's only a large. So, I know in other countries, large doesn't mean anything. So, El Gigante or something. But yeah, on
You need
that
to meet
topic,
now.
yeah. Uh, yeah, you gained all the weight I lost, but but I mean, you wear it well, I guess. I don't know. Pause. But anyway, so I was gonna say in terms of what you were saying in regard to your review of the movie. Yeah, I mean, I agree with most of that. I think that the Broly movie does have some really dynamic shots, though. Like, I was rewatching it, and some of those shots are still great. Like, where they have the point of view of Broly when he's fighting against, I think it's Goku, and he's like punching him, and he's like going ahead of him and blasting him. It feels like you're almost playing like a simulator. So that was
Hmm?
really cool. Like, shots like that, I kind of wish they had a little bit of here. But a lot of the shots look great, and the way that there are parts when they blend the CGI really well to where like think of that shot at the end when like Cell's charging up his final attack and then Gohan's charging up his like that looks like amazing.
Oh yeah.
I won't sit like I'll get into I was gonna get into the power scaling a little bit. I'll do that in a little
I didn't
bit,
want to think about it.
but but yeah, like one thing I'll say about this movie in terms of the overall positives is that the execution here is great. Like the execution is like a 10 out of 10 in terms of what is written down versus what we like how it's done on the screen because like was it you Josh or there was somebody who told me when they saw the movie that like it seemed like like in principle I think it was Jay. He told me, oh, it wasn't going to be good like just based upon like the trailers and what he read, but then the execution was great. Like for example, how they explain the Red Ribbon Army still being around. I was like, this is going to
Yes.
be terrible and contrived. And then
Yes.
it's like, well, it actually split off into two sections, and like there was the pharmaceutical company, and they
Yep.
come back, and I was like, oh, that
They
little
explain a lot of
explanation
it.
makes it so good that it actually works. And that's like the thing that's like the stuff I complain about or I criticize in Super, that just like a little explanation like that would make everything so much better. And they do that in the movie. They explain so many things. Another thing I like that they really explained is Gohan being a scholar of insects. Because, like, even though that's not exactly what I would do, this is the only thing that's ever actually told us what Gohan's a scholar of. Because, like, he's a scholar but of what? Nobody knows. Like we see like a Charles Darwin book in his room in like the very end of the Dragon Ball Z, in the manga and everything, and that's it. So at least now we know he does something. Like he isn't just like I'm scholar man. Like he has a job. I mean, I still think it would have been cool to have him be like a scholar of martial arts. So you just do like two things at the same time. Like it makes sense why he's training. He's learning about this or like alien culture or something. But yeah, whatever. At least they gave us something, right?
Yeah. I think I agree though. Like there was a lot of little things that were kind of explained or enlightened on a little bit. Um, but yeah, you're right. A lot of the story beats on paper seem really just kind of lame and thrown together out of nowhere. Like they're just kind of reaching for ideas, but really they explain it well. And I think that's the best way to do callbacks and bring old ideas back for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Could have been done a little better still, but I wouldn't say there's any real major complaints. But that doesn't mean it couldn't have been improved necessarily. Just because I can't point out any major flaws doesn't mean it couldn't have been better still.
so I don't know in terms of a major flaw, maybe. Well,
Right.
why I look like
There's
I'm in a
nitpicks
neo noir
across the
film
board,
right
I
now.
think, but
Um, but in terms of all of that, I would say that getting into the cons, my biggest one would have to be Cell Max. Because Cell is both of our favorite villain, and you finally have this movie where it's like Gohan's return to form. It's the thing where Gohan comes back to his strength that he used to be. It's basically just the resurrection of Teen Gohan, as people like to call him, and everything like that. So when we have this movie, and they bring Gohan back, and then they bring Cell back, like that's like the big thing. We have the Gamma and Delta. What the hell was the other one called?
Gamma 1 and Gamma 2.
Oh yeah, Gamma One and Gamma
Come
Two.
on, dumbass.
So we had those, and they were pretty good. Like in terms of like on paper, again, it was just like this looks really lame. Like these are the villains, really. But like the way that they think that they're heroes and that they're like doing something for the right, and they framed the heroes of the story as being the bad guys of like an evil invading alien organization and stuff like that. So like that was fine. Like it was like interesting, especially when they start to turn good, I guess you could say, and like one of them sacrifices himself even to like has like a tragic story of trying to defeat Cell, and helps a little bit, even though I still don't understand why Cell didn't regenerate at all during the movie. But
Yeah.
Piccolo just stopped regenerating too during that like kaiju fight they have at the end. Like he just like he loses his arm, right? Like did he grow it back? I don't remember. I feel like they both just didn't have an arm even though they could regenerate.
Well, things that's hard. I'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah,
But
that's the
again, that's
thing.
like a small thing. Honestly, when you really think about the small thing, I mean, some people might think that's a major deal, but it's a small issue in my book.
Yeah, my
I
bigger
liked the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 stuff. I liked again, like you said, how they thought they were heroes, and I think that the way they set the story up was pretty well done for what they had on hand. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that they did a pretty good job. It wasn't like super lame. Like if they were actually bad guys, it would have been lame. But the way they told the story, it made it interesting. It didn't make it shocking. The outcomes weren't. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
surprised by anything, but I was more engaged. I would say.
I mean, the thing is, when it comes like another con, it's always going to be a con with everything in Super. Is that again, when it comes to knowing what's going to happen, this is still before the end of Z. So like, no matter what, we know that everyone's going to survive. That's it's like a prequel. Like we know what happens to these characters after this story. So as a result, it means that like the tension isn't really there. But with regard to like Cell Max, I was going to say especially you finally bring Cell back, and you have this chance to do so much with him. But then, for whatever reason, he's just like a monster. He's just like a screaming kaiju. It's kind of like with Broly when he transforms in Dragon Ball Super Broly. He doesn't really talk or anything for that period of time. He's just screaming. But Cell is like more like a mindless monster at this point. So it would have been nice to see him transform after Gohan did. Like Gohan beats the shit out of him and he transforms to match him, and then we have like him speaking and being like, "They copied over my data from my previous body, and so as a result, I remember what you did, Gohan. And I'm going to kill you." Yeah, exactly. And they didn't do any of that. So it's just kind of like the movie would have been that much better for me if they made Cell more of like a real like character rather than just a screaming monster as a kaiju battle with orange giant Piccolo.
Yeah, I agree. I think the way the movie, I keep saying this, but the way that the movie like played out, the pace of it, I think that it was okay that there wasn't a transformation for Cell.
Yeah,
I think if they're going to do a transformation, the whole pacing and like structure of the film would have been different. I felt like that's how I feel. I feel like the way they set it up, like to me, the whole film is set up in a way where this is just a film to get Gohan and Piccolo a power boost to get them up
yeah,
to speed, obviously. And thus going to make Piccolo in particular is going to become one of the more popular characters in the franchise again, I think.
oh yeah,
In terms of revenue, I think it's just going to bump them up. I think that's one of their main goals. And Gohan as well, he was already popular financially, but I think this
yeah,
is just going to really bring him right up there, especially with a lot of the video games. See,
oh
that's
yeah.
the other thing is like, a lot of these games, they're raking in hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And if
Especially
they could
from
sell
you.
these, if they can exactly, no, but seriously, if these games can rake in this money from these characters, if they're gonna sell Beast Gohan and like green or orange Piccolo, yeah, I mean it's gonna make money. It's gonna make a lot more money than selling a regular Piccolo and a Ultimate Gohan. But now they could sell a Gohan with the you know Demon Yi and the cape on, adult
Yeah.
Gohan. They could sell that version of them. They could sell Super Saiyan Gohan. They could sell a new Ultimate Gohan from the movie. They can do all sorts of things. They can make new figures and stuff, new posters, all sorts of
So
crap.
in terms of like the designs, what do you think about Gohan's design? Because it looks like in this movie, it looks a lot like the original design Toriyama was going to go for in the Buu saga with Gohan. I don't know if you ever saw that concept art.
I think I have. Yeah, I think I may have.
I mean, I also, even though I still think it's kind of dumb, I also like that they explain that Gohan actually does have bad vision. Because, like, for the longest time, it was like, is Gohan a hipster? Why is he wearing glasses? Is it just because I'm nerd
Well, I
now?
figured he had bad vision. Why else would he wear them, right?
Well, it's because Toriyama drew him with glasses and a book so he can
Right.
make him look like he's a scholar. Basically, that's the reason. That's why he wrote like Darwin on like a book. It's like the most generic shit you can have. But like either way, like it also explains in this movie, like Gohan tries to capture some or grab something and he can't. It explains why Gohan wasn't able to grab the Potara fusion in retrospect, the Potara earring in the Buu saga, because Goku throws it and Gohan like can't catch it.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
like that's one of those little things, like in terms of I guess retcons that like makes a little bit more sense because like it helps to fill in a little thing in there that Toriyama didn't fill in, rather than like, oh yeah, the permanent fusion only lasts an hour now, and even less if you just charge up a Kamehameha, especially in the manga, and then Gogeta can just fire in infinite amount of energy and blast a fucking hole in reality and fight Broly, and it's fine. But like they really fucked Vegeta over in
Yeah.
Future Trunks.
I,
But
I would definitely say like in like the Ultimate Gohan form definitely felt kind of like a transformation in this film, honestly, more than it ever has.
yeah, I mean
You
it's
know what I
not
mean? Like
even
I felt like it was more of a power consumption form.
Yeah, it's not really supposed to be. They even had like the
Right.
cycling. Like when Gohan got the Sensu Bean, he went from Super Saiyan to Ultimate. So it's like they're trying to almost make it seem like it's like Super Saiyan 3 or something where it's like
Supposed to
it's a
kill
form
off the Super
above.
Saiyan.
Yeah, like they literally have the old Kai say in the manga, "Oh yeah, you don't need to go Super Saiyan. That's just for show. Here's this." So the
I'm
fact
sure we've
that
both done videos on that.
I'm sure probably even been in videos with each other talking about that, but yeah, so Gohan's new form. I think it looks fine. It looks kind of like Rose, or even like the color looks a little like Ultra Ego, I think is the Vegeta's new form. I mean, neither Josh or. So I'm just going to give like everyone an explanation. Neither Josh or I has read the manga, like in sense, like, I mean,
Well, I'm a
since.
Dragon Ball fan, so I can't read.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, like I haven't read the Super manga since the end of the Moro arc, and Josh hasn't read it since the Hakai scene. This is live, guys, by the way. The Hakai scene since Goku Black, right?
Yeah, that was the deal breaker.
Yeah. which I don't blame you. I don't know how I didn't give up sooner.
Very intelligently written.
Yeah, Toyotaro is a masterful writer. He's Toriyama's better in literally every way, especially his art. There's never any mistakes in that either.
I'm sure he has a better memory at least.
Yeah, but then again, as someone who lives in a legal state, I can't really fault Toriyama for his lack of memory anymore because I'm lucky if I remember what I had for breakfast this morning sometimes. So, long-term memory isn't too bad, but short-term memory, not not quite as much.
Keeping an eye on the chat.
Yeah,
We
I'm
need a
looking
third
at
person.
from time to time. Lupe, you said headcanon kaiju Namekians can't regenerate. Didn't Lord Slug regenerate? Wait,
I mean, in the
was that
dub,
before he transformed?
for this film, which is probably incorrect, Piccolo said that it was like a bluff form, basically, and does nothing. Which I would be curious to see what the sub says because that seems a
No, that's
little
what he
bit
said in the
incorrect.
sub.
Yeah, that seems a little weird though,
It
doesn't
doesn't
it?
make no, it doesn't make any sense. Like
Right. It doesn't make any sense at all.
when you're gigantic, unless you're like a balloon, like where you're just like no mass increase, like you should be able to be a million times strong. It's like the
At the
Ozaru
very
where it's
least, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Ozaru where it's like it's 10 times stronger and it's like
Really
how does
should be more than
becoming a
that, actually.
giant yeah, how does becoming a giant King Kong only make you 10 times stronger?
If we're following the laws of physics, at least, right?
Well, they don't really do that very often in Dragon Ball.
No, yeah, but you could at least say that Namekian makes the like giant Namekian makes them like at least 40% stronger. I mean, come on.
That's a lot less than 10 times.
Yeah, so it's still more than
So the
nothing, right?
Saiyan
I
would
mean,
still, the
40%
Ozaru
is
would
a
still
lot
be
more
better.
than the base.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So what do you think about Piccolo's transformation? Honestly, I thought the whole scene was awesome. Like just the execution of like him falling into the pit and then
Oh
like
yeah,
the flashback and the music, the symbols, all that shit. Like that was awesome. Like that was like a main character transformation. Really, Piccolo basically is the main character of this movie. It's only in like the last 10-15 minutes that Gohan basically becomes the main character.
I
So
agree. I agree. Like I said, this is gonna do a lot to bring Piccolo back into the limelight and really just make a lot more money for the franchise.
yeah,
Fortunately, that's the way I look at things now. But that's perhaps the path. Wherever the money goes, kind of the path the franchise goes. So,
I
and
mean
if
as
they
long
can
as
get
it's
as many
good.
characters to make as much money as possible, they have endless content and
Yeah,
options.
they could see that's the thing too. Like they don't think enough about spin-offs and stuff. Cuz like after this movie you could just do a whole series about Gohan and Piccolo. Like you don't need to have like
They're
everyone
not
in
gonna,
one
but
show together. No, but like they could do the Gohan Piccolo show with Pan and all that stuff off to the side. Then they could do like Goku and Vegeta and Broly. They could do like, the humans getting involved in some like, mini arc or something. Like there's so many things they could do and they just don't do them and I don't know why. Like they have more money than God at this point, basically, from this franchise, and they don't spend that much anyway. Like, how much money they're making, like, on this movie, it's the number one at the box office. Like, there's no way they don't have enough money to make, like, a super high budget, like, series at this point about every character, because we know it's going to
I
print dollars, so.
I have one fear, and it's probably irrational. You know how like a lot of these there's like a lot of 2D movies or um, series that get turned into these cartoon series that are just 3D animated series because they're
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
cheap. You know, they're cheaper than just drawing them.
Hmm.
Um, I wonder if there's going to be a cheaper 3D version series of Dragon Ball coming out. That's a fear of mine. I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to happen, but that's just something in the back of my head. Like there would be a cheap, like it wouldn't look as good as this. It would look off
No.
somehow, but it would
Yeah, I
be
agree.
a
Like,
cheap. Like they're trying to groom us into the idea of 3D models for all of our characters and make it a crappy version.
yeah, that was one of my
That's
main concerns with the movie coming out, that it's like testing it out to do like, and since it blew up at the box office, Toei might get the wrong impression. They might just be like, "Oh, everyone wants to see 3D now, so let's just make it just a cheap 3D series." And I
yeah.
still like I think I already said this in the video. I don't remember, but short-term memory is a bitch. But either way, I was gonna say that I don't want the franchise to go forward as just being purely 3D. Like I would prefer it to be 2D, and hell, I'd prefer it to be cell animation like it used to be in the 90s. Like they could do that again if they wanted to. Like there's still hand-drawn stuff that comes
If
out.
they
There's whole
wanted
video,
to.
yeah, exactly. There's whole video games like Cuphead which are just hand-drawn and they like somehow turned into a video game. And
Mhm.
why can't they do that with Dragon Ball? But again, because it's cheaper and you know, I don't know. There's always been something lost. That's one of the things even like I like about GT's animation compared to Super a lot of time because it still has that type of animation. And a lot of GT, it's underrated in how it looks because there's some scenes that look great. Like when Goku first goes Golden Ozaru, it's like super detailed and like you can see all the
Yeah,
veins bulging out and everything. Like that looks great.
yeah, for sure. I think if they could keep up the animation quality for the 3D, the series would look good, but there would be something missing from it. And let's face it, they wouldn't be able to keep up the same level of quality. And I don't even think they'd be able to keep up a even comparable level of quality, honestly,
So here's the
unless they're using
thing. Yeah.
some like crazy 3D engine tech that I don't know.
They definitely could do it if they put the money into it. I mean, I know that there's always people that are like, it doesn't matter what the budget is. It's like, well, I mean, the best people are going to work for the best money. But either way, like if they can make it work and like put a lot of time and effort into it, then sure. But I still would prefer just the 2D animation. And also, like I was gonna say, back to like Piccolo's form. Does Piccolo have two forms in addition now, or does he
Yes.
just have one? Because it seems like he has the ultimate basically, where he's like yellowish orange, and then he has like the Goliath looking bulked up like massive forms. So like, is that two
Yep.
forms?
Yeah. So this comes back to knowing a little bit about the video games, Michael.
What are
I
those?
believe because like Dragon Ball Heroes already has like Beast Gohan and some of the movie characters in it. No other games have stuff in the movie in it really. Dokkan has a Cell Max boss fight, but not a playable character. So the games actually aren't capitalizing on this film that much. But in Dragon Ball Heroes, I believe there's an Ultimate Piccolo card, or whatever that hidden potential unlocked form would be, and then there's a separate one for the orange piccolo. So I do believe it's two different forms.
Yeah, it definitely came off that way. Because I don't know, like either way, I think it looks pretty awesome. The initial one's kind of like I don't know. It is a little weird. It just looks like Piccolo, but a different color. It almost looks like what Piccolo looked like in Dragon Ball Evolution, where he has like the yellowish skin. Uh, but yeah, the second one looks pretty awesome. Like especially like when he gets out of that pit and like he just Gamma just starts blasting and punching the shit out of him, and it's just doing nothing. And it has like
Yeah,
that like it was like basically out of a meme or something, that scene where like he's looking down at him just like pissed off, and he's gonna like annihilate him in one hit.
I,
Um,
I just can't believe that Gohan Blanco is real.
yeah, this whole movie
Well,
is just
Hermano
a
in the next
giant
film.
meme. Oh, hey, it's Golden Scouter. Yeah, that is Dragon Ball Nation. I know you could barely see him because it's like pitch black in his room, but yeah, there's an uncomfortably close view of him. Um, every view of him is uncomfortably close, though, so he needs to be like an ant in the distance for it to be bearable. But then again, you could say the same thing about me. So yeah, you don't look creepy at all. You look like the
I'm gonna do
freaking
the podcast from back here.
look like the Zodiac or the Riddler from the new Batman. You saw that, right?
It's like Hannibal Lecter lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, or Buffalo Bob or Bill.
The new Batman. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good.
yeah, that movie was. I thought it was pretty awesome. I actually watched all the
I need to
original
watch it
ones.
again though to really analyze it a bit better because I wasn't in the best state of mind when I saw it. That was also the film where the fire alarm went off
Oh
at the
yeah, you
theater.
told me. Yeah, I forgot
Yep.
about that. Did they
Yep.
restart the movie or just went from that
No,
spot?
they just went from where they were. They should have refunded us. Not that I really care that much, but
Yeah, it's
yeah.
on HBO Max now.
Oh, ooh, a service I don't use.
I just gave him a year's worth of money because I'm gonna watch this Game of Thrones show. So fuck it. I mean, they put some decent stuff on there from time to time. I like that show Peacemaker with John Cena. That was good.
Yeah, yeah, I liked him in the movie, the Suicide Squad film as
Oh yeah,
Peacemaker. I don't
yeah,
know the
that was
character from
pretty
the
good.
comics at all, but I liked him in that movie.
I guess he's kind of similar. He's basically like, well, you haven't seen The Boys yet, but
No.
Soldier Boy is like a character who's a lot like that, and I know that you really like.
A rapper?
That was a missed opportunity for anyone here who's seen The Boys. I really wanted them just to play the Soldier Boy song when he like showed up. Like, even though it would be so over the top. I mean, in the last season they played the Golden Girls theme song for some reason, so like it wouldn't be that ridiculous. But either way, like it's a really good show, and I know you really like Karen Fukuhara, so
Like is an understatement.
she was also in DC's Katana. I really like that too. That was nice. Somebody just asked me a question. Were you bothered by the stupid Jiren claim? I don't remember what it was. Do you remember? I feel like I remember them
There are
mentioning
threats out there
Jiren.
like Jiren, I think, is maybe what they're referring to. They would have to put it in the comments, and that would jog my memory.
Yeah, we've only seen this movie once, so I don't
Right.
remember what they said about
And I saw the
Jiren.
dub.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like everything you've told me so far, the dub seems really close to the.
What about when I think Gohan says even if like Dad or Vegeta were here, we might not stand a chance or something like that.
Yeah, that was in the Japanese.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I
Because
don't understand that.
isn't this post Granola arc? What's this take place?
That's the thing. These movies have like a different. I swear, these movies do not have the same continuity as the manga. Because like, there's so much shit they never like. Even like the anime. Like, why doesn't Vegeta ever go evolution? Why doesn't Goku have mastered Ultra Instinct at this point? Like none of
Right.
that stuff is referenced. Like, they don't even
Like
transform in
you
the
and
movie.
Goku would probably trounce Cell Max, I bet.
That's the thing, like, I don't understand, like, are we supposed to think Gohan and Piccolo are stronger than Goku and Vegeta right now? Because,
No,
like, they
I
make it
think
seem
it
like the Gammas are
goes.
equal. Because at first I thought that they were just, oh, these guys are mid-bosses. And I thought that was going to be, like, a massive understatement. And, like, Gamma is, like, way weaker than Goku and Vegeta's, like, blue and stuff. But I don't really know.
Yeah, I think Gamma 1 and 2 are supposed to represent like Goku and Vegeta, like their base. I don't know.
So
All I know
Vegeta,
is I think the ranking will
yeah,
go like Vegeta and Goku are number one. I mean, Vegeta obviously in the after credit scene had the edge on Goku,
yeah.
but
I
let's just
mean,
put him at number one. We'll
like,
say one
the
and
thing
two,
is, they were
whatever.
in base,
Then
like, yeah.
yeah, then Gohan and then Piccolo is the full, number four, fourth strongest, or number three.
I mean, I could see Gohan just with his bullshit plot power being able to surpass them. I mean, Piccolo. I mean, it's still basically the same thing as Granola from what I've heard about that arc. Like, Granola just finds these new Dragon Balls and wishes so that he's the strongest, and that's it. It's really stupid. So, like, Piccolo being able to make himself stronger with the Dragon Balls is really dumb because why the fuck
Yeah,
didn't they do that a million times before
it is a
this?
Namekian thing.
I guess. Like, it's
Um,
racism, I guess. I
I,
don't
I
know.
just yeah, I just want to get this comment before we
Which
lose it.
one?
So this follows up to the Jiren statement.
Oh, okay.
Says the Vegeta says Jiren wasn't that much stronger than them in the Tournament of Power. So yeah, I guess that would be a
Uh,
problem. That's a kind of a false claim, isn't it?
Jiren like shit stomped Goku as Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times
Jiren
20
did
with like
what Frieza
1%.
Black did to them.
Yeah, I don't. I've
it's
heard of
like the
Frieza
same thing.
Black. I don't know. I guess he just has a new form
I've
that's
seen a
above
couple
golden. He's
pictures.
black now. Um,
Yeah.
it's okay. There's a lot of jokes I really wish I could make right now, but I'm not going to. But anyway, either way, Frieza is. I don't wish I'd make those jokes just for cancellation purposes. But anyway, Frieza is has a new form, I guess, and whatever. Like, why can't Frieza have more forms? He has other forms that make him weaker. Why not make more forms that make him stronger? Like it's built into his character. So fine, if he
Right.
shows up stronger than ever, whatever. That's Frieza.
Money, money, Michael,
Yeah,
money.
and
They can make a lot of money off of this.
Frieza is the easiest one to make. Frieza's like the easiest one to like make new forms for because you just color swap him.
I
I
guess
mean, like
so.
Goku and
Yeah.
Vegeta basically are doing that now, but
Yeah.
like at least what is it? At least Ultra Ego, from what I've seen, is just like it has it has no eyebrows, so it's slightly different, I guess. It's like Super Saiyan 3. Although I think that Super Saiyan 3 from the concept art would have been pretty awesome, where he has the tail and like why didn't Goku ever get his tail back when he died? Like I guess I understand when Kami like gave him the body the first time, he wouldn't give him the tail, but I don't know, the second time when Kami doesn't exist anymore, like why doesn't he have a tail, you know?
Right. Um, what'd you think of Dr.
Oh
Hito?
yeah,
I thought he was pretty decent
Dr.
character.
Hedro.
And it sounds like we'll probably see more of him. Um,
Wait, did he
oh,
survive at the end?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I forgot like
He
if
was
he died or
invited
not.
into the Capsule
Oh yeah,
Corporation.
him and Gamma are gonna work at Capsule Corp now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's fine. He kind of reminds me of Jocko, where he's like a little ridiculous and like completely irrelevant within the power structure, but he could serve an interesting purpose moving forward. Like imagine the capabilities of Dr. Gero alongside Bulma, or sorry, Dr. Gero and the Burma and the son of Goku and Gohan and
Jinzu Nikin.
Shinzo Ningen, Jo Hachigo, and Jo Nanago for all of my
This fucking weeb.
hardcore subtitle fans out there. Mike, why did you pronounce it Garo in that one video? Because that's what his name is. Even the ocean dub, they're like, with their terrible performances.
Hey, yo,
Hello.
Ken.
Hello, Dr. Garo. I'm Android 17. A lot of people also think I sound like Android 17, I
I
guess.
think I said the Kamehameha wave once.
Yeah, we all did that because it was in the dub. That's what we thought the names of these
The
things
dub,
were.
the true version of the show,
Yeah,
the one with the most accurate dialogue. No changes.
Meruem wasn't that strong. Type beat. What are we talking about here, Golden Scouter?
Marowak?
Yeah, I know everyone hates when I do Hunter pronunciations, even though I'm literally
Where's this
watching the
come
show
up?
in Japanese right now, and they literally call him Kurapika or Kurapika, and then everyone's like, Mike, that's not how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Kurapika.
Yeah,
And
actually, this is a good comment. Mongo Bongo. If Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 fused, what would their name fusion be? You know, I actually am surprised they didn't do anything like that. It would have been like a
yeah,
cool Android 13 callback, even
that's
though
how
it's
I
not
thought
canon. That
Cell
would have
was
been a cool
actually.
way to do it.
That's how I thought Cell was actually going to show up in the movie. I
I
thought that.
agree. I thought that before I even knew Cell Max was in the film because I had already anticipated Cell being the villain because, all the video games were doing a lot of Cell promotions alongside the film before he was revealed. So
Yeah,
I kind of assumed Cell was the villain,
yeah.
but
I mean,
they,
it's a
they
Red
could have
Ribbon
done
Army
something. But
too.
again, I like what Gamma 1 and 2 were.
I thought that somehow they were going to fuse and turn into Cell because, like, I mean, it's kind of similar to what happened in the original, or maybe like Cell Max would absorb them and become Cell Ultimate Perfect, or
Right?
some bullshit like that with a extremely long name that no
Something
one's
you'd
ever going
hear
to
from
want to
one of my
say.
Q&As.
Yeah, from the Ask FMs. Remember when we had Ask FMs, guys?
I still have one. I haven't checked it in a long time. I should.
I don't know if I ever
Maybe I should do a
deleted
Q&A
one. I remember some of those people would ask the same questions over and over again, like,
and you'd answer them right.
sure. What if Doctor? What if Doc? Wait, hold on a second. What if Captain Ginyu fused and copied Gotenks and they defuse? Or what if Vegito had sex with Bulma and then she got pregnant and then he defused? Or what if Bulma and Chi Chi fused and then Goku and Vegeta fused and then she got pregnant and then they defused? I don't know. Please stop asking me these questions because I'll never know the answer. If Gamma 1 and 2 fused, they'd become Sigma. More like Beta.
Yeah, that's true. We never answered the question. Yeah, Sigma. Sigma. Yeah, Sigma, that'd be right.
Yeah, they're gonna go their own way. Or what is that MGTOW? Men going their own way. I think that's what the Sigma male grind.
Oh, Sigma male grind set. Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna become John Wick, and they're just gonna be Sigma male, and they're gonna be the operators.
right.
Yeah, so this movie I thought was pretty awesome, and I might go see it again in English just to see the performances and just see it in theaters again before it's over. Which I literally don't remember last movie I saw in theaters more than once because most movies nowadays aren't very good, or we're seeing it more than once in theaters. But this one pretty much is. So if you guys haven't seen it in English yet, or just at all, you should probably go in like check it out. Because like I mean obviously I'm critical of Super and I liked it, so I'm sure a lot of people who you know are a lot less critical, let's put it that way, they're going to enjoy it too. And
Like guys, well, go ahead.
well, I was gonna also just get into like what we would give it a rating. I usually don't give movies ratings anymore, but I did give the last Broly movie a rating, which I think was an 8.5. So what would you give this, like, if you were to give it a rating out of whatever
Uh,
rating
I think
system
I'm
you
gonna
want
give
to
this an
use?
8.5. I think I gave Broly about 9, so I definitely like this a little bit less than Broly. I
Yeah.
want to see it more. What I liked about the film, though, was like I said before, how the main purpose of the film was to set up the power up for Gohan and Piccolo and to get them as relevant characters again.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate about that is that the film didn't really pretend to be anything more than that. I don't think. And it, like a lot of other Dragon Ball films, is kind of set up in a way where, you know, not a lot's going on in the beginning, and then there's a lot of action toward the end. And that's almost every film, right?
Yeah, basically.
And then, just some do it more successfully than others. And I think that this film didn't try to be anything more than what it was supposed to. So,
Yeah, I mean, this film was pretty different in a lot of ways from the other Dragon Ball films. That felt like something Toriyama did. It felt like an actual, like, Dragon Ball kind of story. Um, but I did rewatch Dragon Ball Super Broly, and I do still like that movie more. Which it is like Bizarro Land, where I don't like Broly that much, at least before that movie, and I like his movie more than one about Gohan and Piccolo. Like it is really weird, but I did really like this. There are definitely things this movie did better than Dragon Ball Super Broly, but then Dragon Ball Super Broly I just think was a more entertaining movie throughout.
yeah, I mean, it's not like just because this one's not as good as Broly, in our opinion, it doesn't mean that this isn't good. I mean,
Yeah,
I think the Broly film was the best film in the whole franchise, in my opinion, personally.
it's
That was my
definitely up there.
favorite. Um, but that doesn't mean that, just because it's my favorite, it doesn't make Battle of Gods bad. That doesn't make, the BoJack film bad, which I think the BoJack movie's pretty good, honestly. Doesn't make The World's Strongest a bad movie. These are all good films still. It's just that this one happens to be the better of them. And this film, superhero, falls in the upper echelon. The S tier of films. Definitely, just because the Broly movie's better, I would say this is right there. It's in the same range. It's not a substantially lesser film. You're
Yeah.
gonna enjoy it. If you're a fan of the series and you're not overly critical, you'll enjoy it. Even if you're overly critical, you gotta be a real stick in the mud to not enjoy the film. It was just fun to watch, and it's a visual spectacle.
Yeah, definitely. So for me, I didn't really like it at the same level of Dragon Ball Super Broly. For me, like a lot of the things that detracted from it were like the pacing, Cell Max, stuff like that. Some of it was a little ridiculous. The power scaling is, what you come to expect a little bit, and
That's out
whatever.
the window at this point.
Yeah, but overall, I did really like it. So if I'm gonna give it a score, I guess I put it just slightly below Dragon Ball Super Broly as like an 8. I mean, I considered at points giving like a 7.5 or something, but I think I'd give it like an 8. I feel like it's better than that. And that's off my first viewing. Maybe I'll like it more as I go and rewatch it again. Maybe I'll like it less. Who knows? Some movies get better or worse depending upon how well they're made. But I would say overall, I definitely really enjoyed this movie, and I think it's worth seeing in theaters, and I think it's worth, getting on Blu-ray. And I hope that they're going to release on 4K because I don't know why they didn't release Broly on 4K. And this movie I saw in IMAX. There's no way we shouldn't be able to get a 4K release. So I want to see this in the best quality possible. I want to see like the original Dragon Ball and Z get a 4K release too, because they were done on film. Like you could upscale that stuff to at least 2K. So like, let's go, Toei. Stop being lazy about that. Give me
I'll
that.
stick to watching it at 144p on YouTube,
Yeah, some people are always going to do that in this community. They'd rather watch clips in shitty quality on YouTube.
watermarked, because the person that uploaded it definitely owns the footage.
Yeah,
It's one thing to
absolutely.
upload the footage; it's another thing to fucking watermark it,
Yeah.
so someone else can't rip it off and use it for their stuff.
So Toei knows exactly who to copyright claim.
Yeah,
But yeah, somebody just asked what we thought of No Way Home. Did you see No Way Home?
the Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah, I know.
Is that the Sonic film?
Sure. I
That's
know you saw
Spider-Man,
that
right?
like I know you saw that like 10 times, right?
I didn't see the newest Spider-Man film. No,
Oh, okay. It was
I
it
don't
was
watch a lot of
awesome.
Marvel. I heard it was good. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the better movies in the comic book franchises, that have been coming out. I don't know if I mean, I haven't seen Spider-Man 2 in a long time, so I don't know which one I prefer, but it's definitely up there. And that's something that with a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie I wasn't really expecting because yeah, I'm not a big Tom Holland Spider-Man fan. He's just like, for me, when it comes to Spider-Man, I think Tom Holland's probably the worst one so far. I don't think that means that he's a bad actor or anything. I just think that the way that he's been executed, it doesn't really feel like Spider-Man most of the time for me. It feels more like, Iron Man Jr., as like a lot of people would say, or just he doesn't have like the real Spider-Man stories. It's like another world-ending story, another thing like this, and it's not like I'm gonna go fight a bank robber and stop him, and it's a guy with a bunch of octopus arms. It's not anything like that. It's like let's put on a robot suit and fight. I mean, they kind of rectified that a little bit at the end of the No Way Home, and they made him a lot more interesting. But at the end of the day, I was like, do I want to see another Tom Holland or do I want to see another Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield movie? And I think that's pretty obvious.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck about Marvel, so
Yeah, I know. You don't like these cape shit movies, as they like to
I care
call them
about Marvel
nowadays.
like the women that come to my house care about my Dragon Ball figures, which is not a lot.
Yeah.
But that doesn't send them out the door.
Yeah. They usually run screaming whenever they see this
The
room.
rope usually stops them,
Yeah, the cage is really good at stopping them too, or the
yep, the
tranquilizer darts.
padlock on the basement,
Yeah, the chloroform's great.
and the loaded gun upstairs definitely deters them.
Hmm. Hypothetically. But anyway, yeah, I don't quite know what else there is to say about this movie. Like we both enjoyed it. I don't know if anyone has any questions they want to send in. Just we haven't done one of these in a long time, so now's
Yeah, I
your
mean, this isn't the
chance.
most in-depth deep dive, I wouldn't say. I mean, there's certainly a lot of things we could talk about, but I feel like it would be disingenuous to discuss a lot of things without watching the movie a few more times. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the thing. Like whenever I'd watch an episode of Dragon Ball Super and I'd review it, I'd watch it more than once, and then I would like literally look at it frame by frame. That's the thing. Like when people would give us shit about reviewing a series or something, are you going in frame by frame and looking at literally everything that happened, like with a microscope, like we do? No. So like that's the thing with this. We can't say that we've done that yet because I don't know of any. I mean, I do not download things off the internet, and I don't know if there's any good quality ones to download. If I hypothetically did, which I don't.
that's
What?
right.
So, how many times during this movie did you clap? By the way, I
I
mean there.
clapped, actually clapped, but like I clapped while laughing. and I
Okay.
clapped out of hype because I had a couple friends with me, and when I see the comment about it now, when Beerus was crushing on Chilai,
That was a little weird, though.
hey, you can't blame the dude. Hey, what's you know what? Is it any more weird than us liking the alien girl,
No
the
comment.
green girl? She's an S tier Dragon Ball girl, honestly.
I mean, I was gonna say she was almost made to be a hotter Bulma, but then I remember Bulma in this
Oh
movie.
my god, her ass literally made better.
Yeah, she used the Dragon Balls to make her ass better, and those fucking shots of her like bent over and stuff. It's like I thought that the
There were a
stuff in
lot of ass
Broly,
shots.
yeah, I thought the stuff there was like groin shots too. It was weird. There was like
Yeah,
they put
there
the
was
subtitles right over like people's groins and stuff too.
oh, I didn't have the subtitles in the way. The 18 was in yoga pants even. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like they really. That's
Fantastic.
another reason why I'm just gonna put it out there, 100%. The movie team is better than the anime team and the manga team,
That's right.
and that's not really even an argument for me to
I
say
agree.
that. They clearly know what they're doing. Even when they have like a CGI movie with the script like this, they make it great. So like they are the ones who should be running everything as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, they when it comes to their depictions of women, they definitely don't objectify them in any way, and everything is totally woke the entire time and totally within American standards of how women are portrayed in film
It's
and
not even
cinema.
like it's zoomed in on. It's like subtle.
Imagine if
But
they
as a
did.
man, I notice.
Well, as every man in the world noticed when they saw that movie. But you know, this like the stuff of like Chilai bent over and like showing her boobs, basically, like that's like subtle compared to what they do with Bulma in this. Like bent, like it's like no wonder Vegeta, like no wonder Vegeta was like won over by that, right? Like he probably saw Bulma bent over when working on something. He's like, you know what? I think this is worth the bestiality here.
Yeah, what do they say in the sub? Because in the dub, we said that Beerus has a type. Does that imply like he has a thing for like another character? Bulma?
I mean, maybe he hasn't destroyed her. He did slap her though. But then again,
Good.
that
He likes it rough,
as I know from a pimp named Slickback, you're supposed to do that to keep certain people in line. So,
right?
with that being said, yeah, the he's a real pimp, and he's even purple, just like a pimp named Slickback. So yeah. But anyway, Boondocks is a great show. Everyone should watch.
A
And we're
minute.
Lord, guide my pimp hand and keep it strong, Lord, so a bitch may know her place. But yeah, Beerus did a great
Careful
job
what you
there.
quote.
I know. I'm going to be very careful about quoting that particular show.
I'm
Um,
sure the new season will be very politically correct.
Whenever that comes out, I hope it does.
They're
Who the
gonna
hell
throw it
is
in.
Keto Pelsa? Is that from Moscow X's fan fiction?
I have no idea what that is.
Kato Pelsa. Are they going to show up in the next arc? I
Must be
don't.
a Pokemon.
That's what it sounds like to me. Um, I lost respect for Bulma when I learned that she's been wishing for all this time. I mean, imagine the stuff that she could have wished for
Didn't
during that.
they? Didn't she wish for something in the Where did she? What movie was it where she wished to be a couple years younger? She's been
Broly.
doing that. That was Broly, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's they already, yeah, set it up last movie. They're
Yeah.
just elaborating. She probably what this movie made me think because she's collecting the balls all the time. Obviously, she's probably constantly doing cosmetics always. I mean,
It does. They're gonna have to do
why did she
something in
just wish
like.
for eternal youth?
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something in the next actually, on that topic, the first time I saw the movie, I really thought it was stupid that the whole Frieza wishing for like to be taller, and it still is stupid. But like when I watched it again this time, I did think it was a little funnier because like the way that it's the same thing that Bulma says basically, like word for word about, I just want to do it a couple centimeters for now because that way it'll look natural, like I'm still growing. And then Bulma's like, I just want to make it a couple years younger, or else people are gonna think I got plastic surgery. So you know, the only thing is they're going to have to find some way to undo this if they even care enough to try and make this match up with Z, because like she clearly looks older at the end of Z, and she looks like younger than she did in like the Cell Saga right now.
Yeah, good point. It's a good point.
Geekdom 101 says, "Is that Josh?
I
Josh?"
can see that.
I don't know if
Geekdom 101, beautiful friend
ice cold,
from
no
across the globe.
mistakes. And if I make a mistake, I'm going to cover it up. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Mike is their Terry Funk of YouTube with the retirements. Yeah, sure. For any of the two people here who get those references in wrestling. How often does she do the wishes? If fucks the end of Z more. So here's the thing, Josh. Here's an argument or a question.
There's gonna be a lot of shadow dragons coming out.
Yeah, I know. Here's a question. So did the number of wishes in the movies line up with the fact that people used them and they just sent the dragon away? Or do they just literally forget how many wishes the balls have in every movie? Because in this movie it
I
was like, I'll
think I
grant you
forget at
the.
this point.
Yeah, in this movie they granted three wishes. In the last movie they granted one. In Resurrection F they granted one and then two in the show. And then in Battle of Gods, I think they granted one. Or what did they? Did he say he'd grant more than one, and Beerus was like, "Now fuck off," and then that was it? Or
I think he granted one and then left because he was scared.
I feel another
The
Call of
dragon was
Duty
scared.
zombie stream coming. Yeah, uh, I mean, like anyone stronger than King Piccolo, he should be scared of because
We
they
should
can't kill
stream
him.
Halo Infinite co-op when that comes out in 6 years.
Yeah, when
What
those
comes out
release
first? Halo Infinite's co-op,
or
not the betas,
sequels.
the actual release. What comes out that first? That or GTA 6?
Skyrim 2.
Skyrim 2.0.
So Danny's gonna plug our stream, so I guess we have to stream a little bit longer.
Mm.
That's okay. I got a little bit of time until House of the Dragon, I think it's called. I keep thinking Blood of the Dragon. I think that's the name of the book. Um, I don't know. Who do people read books anymore? No, you can. Yeah, I don't mind. I'll I'll,
No, please.
I'll keep
Mike's like,
streaming.
no, please. Plug the
Please.
stream.
Yeah, totally.
That's like when someone offers to pay for a meal and you're like, no, 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 you sure?
I don't even
But
say
really,
that a
you'd
lot of
rather
times. I'm
have
like,
them
okay,
just pay
cool.
for it, save some money.
Yeah, I got a
But you
whole.
gotta look like you're not a piece of shit.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't care. I'm just like, I'm almost like Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs, where I could just go on the whole thing about tipping. Like, I don't tip. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Is anyone getting buffering right now? Thanks, Danny. I appreciate it. Is anyone seeing buffering, or is YouTube just full of it, like they usually are? Like the CEOs, Susan Wach, what? Who gives a shit?
Akeem Phoenix.
Yeah, I wouldn't tip a canoe. Oh, I wouldn't tip a cow. Um, although I don't know, it does seem kind of fun. Animal abuse is totally fun, right, guys? I'm just kidding, YouTube.
I like steak.
Okay, nobody's getting any buffering. So YouTube, wow, it's working totally fine as it usually does. What a shock. Oh, somebody's saying at times. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I have low latency on or because, my computer's like 5 years old. But yeah. So what about, I mean, I didn't say this was just going to be out the Dragon Ball Super movie anyway, but, you know, uh, let's see. Yeah, what are you weighing right now, Danny? I want to see which one of us weighs less. I'm sure
I
it's probably
think you
still you.
both weigh less than I do.
I wouldn't be
I
shocked.
weigh like 230 to 230 or 235, I think.
I used to weigh that like 6 months ago.
Well, I know you used to weigh. You had to have gone past it at some point to get where you are. You had to have at least crossed over that number.
Mirror your shirt or mirror your image. Your shirt reads "Rats Raw." Is my camera uh, mirrored on your end?
Um, no, I can read your Watts Raw shirt fine.
Let me see if there's any way for me to change that. I'm sure you guys know what franchise I'm wearing. I mean, it's Star Trek after all.
That's raw.
I love the Wrath of Vader. What am I kidding? Dragon Ball fans don't watch Star Trek. Dragon Ball fans don't watch anything other than Dragon Ball.
They can't read, that's all I know.
I never learned to read. Do you think Gohan Beast surpass? I think we talked about this earlier. Do I think Gohan Beast surpasses UI Goku post Tournament to Power? Um, I don't know. The thing is, like, I usually take the narrative intention
He
as like,
looks the strongest, but that doesn't mean he
yeah,
is. He definitely looks visually the strongest of any character. But that's just because the movie looks so goddamn good.
yeah, almost as good as Rat's Raw.
Almost.
No,
You
is it
should make it
about?
an actual T-shirt now.
Yeah, that's something. If anyone knows like a good website I can go to get like custom shirts, I'm trying to make some right now. But yeah, Dragon Ball doesn't even watch their own show. I'll let you say that. So yeah, it does say Rats Raw T Star War. What? The Tsar War? What is this? Russia? Is that like the Russian knockoff of Star Wars? Tsar Wars? Welcome to Tsar Wars, Strasvutia, Miniajevo, Darth Vader, Luke, Ich bin ein Vater. No, that's Russian. And also, he doesn't say Luke. I just did a horrible
Read Final
translate.
Godhan Beast's comment, but in a Russian accent. I'm assuming Gohan Beast is at least as strong as Tournament of Power Saga UI Goku, since the form took a heavy toll on Goku's body back then. Plus,
That's the thing. Josh never did any on his channel, but he's like a god tier impersonator. Like you should hear his. What was that other one that you do that's really good?
hey guys, it's Mike from Laughingstock
No, you
Media.
gotta hold your nose when you do it like this.
No. Hey guys, it's Mike. I don't know what impersonations I have. I don't know if I consider myself very good.
Nani?
I usually don't give myself credit. I usually let people say stuff for me.
There's something recently that you do when we play Halo. It's not just the team. It's not the Fist of North Star. There's something else that you did that was really good.
Maya Wamo. Oh, dude. Nani.
Oh yeah. What about the Goku one? What was that game from again?
Oh, Legacy of Goku 1. His death scream. Oh boy. Huh. You'd have to pay. You'd have to. If I sent you the YouTube video, would you be able to play the audio?
I think so. Yeah. I think everything that's on here.
Let me find it.
I'm sh- I'm already sharing my screen so I could show it too. We're just gonna have to not talk during that.
Let's see. It's hard to find a sound clip of it.
Also, if you guys want to submit super chats at any point during the show, we're not encouraging that or asking you to do it, but it would definitely be appreciated. And we would give you priority when it comes to answering your questions. I wish I could zoom in right now, but I don't really have the capability to do that.
Trying to find this goddamn sound effect. Um,
I mean, I'm already basically going full on Wayne's World right now, and all the freaking IPs around me, all of the paid products that are around me that aren't paying me. You gotta start a Cash App. I don't even know what that is. Is that kind of like PayPal or Venmo and stuff like that? Wouldn't be surprised if Piccolo somehow one-shots any previous enemy. I mean, do you think Piccolo's stronger than Jiren now?
God no.
I mean, they're both bald and jacked.
I think I found the video. This is like, oh my god. There's no like audio rip of this death sound that I can find on YouTube, which
I don't
makes
need
sense
audio
because it's
one. I
so
could just show the
obscure.
video on on the stream. It's probably not even
I can't
copyrighted.
even find a video of someone dying,
Oh, so you
which is
probably just
funny
have to
because
find
like
a
that
let's
game you
play or
die all the
something.
time and it's so hard. I'll find a video. Let me find it. Hold on.
All right, I was gonna post a poll in here a while ago and I forgot to do it. Do you like Dragon Ball Super Gohan? I mean, superhero? Yes? No. There you go. Go nuts.
I'm done wasting time on that. Can't find anything.
Why is it doing this weird line thing below it? You know what? I watched a video that we did recently. I don't even remember what the video was, but I think it was like 10 times Cell messed up or something. And I remember that there was like that scene where we were. Remember in that one video game where Cell blasts Gohan and he like deflects it and it hits Trunks and kills him? It was like in a video game cutscene.
Wait, what was that?
Remember when Cell returned? There was like a video game where Cell returned as Super Perfect Cell in the cutscene, and then he goes to fire and he goes to fire at Gohan, and Gohan deflects it, and it kills Future Trunks, and it's like a version of that scene where he kills Trunks, but Gohan like accidentally killed him basically.
Oh, that's from a game?
Yeah, I have the
Oh.
clip in the video. It was from the game that you told me about in the video.
I told you about it.
Yeah.
Gohan killed someone
No, so
with
Cell,
deflecting the
yeah,
blast.
he either deflects it or he dodges and it hits Trunks and kills him. But it was gonna hit
Oh,
Gohan
Budokai
originally.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah, because in Budokai 3, because yeah, in the anime, it's like, it's like a POV shot of the beam, right? And then
yeah,
it's just kind of like whizzing by people like over
yeah.
and
It's
over
like
and
when
over.
Frieza went to
But
kill
in
Gohan.
Budokai 1, I think I might have said Budokai 3. Budokai 1, though, it's just Gohan, the beam's going straight for Gohan, and then he just goes, and then it hits Trunks right in the chest.
Yeah, so if Gohan had just
I mean,
deflected
it
the
probably
blast,
would have
Trunks
gone
wouldn't have
right.
died.
Yeah, he should have deflected it, yeah.
So I just
Well,
remember,
Gohan had to dodge that beam. That means that Perfect Cell is actually stronger than Gohan.
that's debatable. But on the next subject, um, I mean, Piccolo does say it at one point when Gohan is half injured. I don't know. That's a whole other can of
Only have
worms.
the use of one of my arms.
That is a thing throughout that arc. Like, not only does future Gohan lose one of his arms and he's weaker, I guess, but Piccolo, when he's like fighting Cell, he's like, I lost one of my arms. I can't fight now. It's like, I mean, aside from the fact that Cell forgot that he can regenerate for some reason, it's kind of like, why does it matter if you only have one arm? Like, do you really need that other arm if you're that much stronger than your opponent?
Uh, let's read this comment. Do you think Devilman can one-shot Black Frieza now? Devilman can one-shot Black Frieza because he's Devilman.
Why does it matter if he's Black Frieza? He's still evil.
Yeah.
Does
What?
Black
What's
Frieza make him good?
Yeah.
um, Man, I wish I could make certain jokes. But anyway,
The jokes make themselves.
yeah, you guys can make all the
There are
jokes
no
for me.
jokes. I
You
think
know
he's
what?
just saying that Black Frieza is very strong. I think no matter how strong you are, Devilman can just kill you, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Although they could always just debunk that or just like bring back that ability Devilman has and kind of like nerf
Debunked!
it or I don't know.
I remember I was going to make this video years ago. It was going to be like a spoof video making fun of all the debunked channels. It was like, hi, my name is Mike from Laughing. It was going to be like Billy Mays. It's like, I'm Mike from Laughingstock Media, and do you want to make other arguments go away? Well, in one simple word, you can get rid of every single argument against you. Debunked, and just like go crazy with it, where it's like just like different situations where it's gonna be like, I think that this is the case. Debunked! I have a very totally legitimate opinion. Debunked! But I didn't end up doing that because I was lazy.
I much prefer using the tagline "Gone Sexual."
Give me all your video ideas since you're retired and wealthy. I was gonna do that, but you didn't want to buy them, Danny. Remember, I offered to sell you like all of my video ideas before I left.
Mm.
So you missed out on that opportunity to make
Yeah. Now Juan's gonna bro.
millions,
Now Juan's buying them.
millions of yen off of my videos. What am I talking about? It's probably like
Millions of zenny.
you would have made trillions of Zimbabwe dollars off of my videos. I think a trillion Zimbabwe dollars is maybe $1. I don't know at this point. You could just burn. It's kind of like the Soviet Union where they're just burning their own money for warmth at that point.
You know who the next Dragon Ball movie should have in
I
them?
said
In it?
give, not buy. I like that reference. I'm guessing that's a Kill Bill reference. I didn't say buy. I didn't say sell me. I said give me. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Someone just said Caucasian Frieza. We could make Caucasian jokes. I'm not going to, just in case YouTube, wants to ban me for talking about saltines. But saltine Frieza. How about that? You guys know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah.
Kula, Kula, Frieza's no brother.
Furi, yeah. Kura,
It's
Frieza,
clear, but I
brother.
don't know if that's probably like copyrighted.
Who cares? Just give me the video. As long as it's under 10 seconds, I could just play it and then talk and then play it again and talk. I don't
You could
care.
like mute it and listen to like a good like
Josh,
clip
you're
of it.
implying I'm going to make money off of this video. It's probably going to be demonetized the second
I
it's
was
done
worried about you
uploading.
getting like a strike or something else. I was worried about the money. All right, let's see. Kula, Kula, Frieza's no brother. See if I can put it in the Discord here.
Josh, you just transformed into Black Frieza. Careful, Josh. Did you? Oh, you posted it. Cool. Oh wait.
Frieza. Oh, 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 oh.
Rats raw. Uh, okay, so let's do this. Be quiet, Josh.
Yo, what's up? You gotta stop and listen. It's coming to you.
Cooler. Frieza's brother.
昔僕を見逃しクラフリーザのブラザー結果一族滅び夢幻のことす
Okay. So that's probably already long enough to get a copyright claim, but let's pretend it isn't. Okay, now let's go back to it.
体勢からの開始侮りがたし
Pretty
鼻か
amazing
ら
though.
第4形態フリーザより1回変身多い設計見せた変身1回
Definitely.
Yo 最後は太陽
Huh? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And something totally unrelated to that copyright, and let's go.
そりゃないよ燃え尽きたよ Yo
Animation owns your entire
そりゃない
shell.
よ燃え尽きたよ
Get this shit off my screen, YouTube.
クラフリーザのブラザードカンバトルにクー
Ugh, Dokkan! What is this microtransaction-lated
I expected a
garbage?
Dokkan ad when I watched the movie, I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
I expected a Dokkan ad when I watched the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get I'm surprised they didn't advertise anything when they had the chance, right? Like a lot of times these movies they start with like a special thing, like a preview or something like that, but this time it just went right into the movie. They even had like regular previews. I was surprised. I mean, maybe because I just went to AMC where they have like 25 minutes of previews before every movie now, but yeah. Especially that fucking preview with Catwoman. The hell was her name? The blonde. She was. I think she was married to Tom Cruise. Oh, Nicole Kidman. Yeah, she's still really attractive for her age. To bring up, females' attraction this day and age. And here's a cameo from my cat, by the way. He's a Caucasian, but yeah, she still looks great for her age. She's like Rachel Weisz or Sofia Vergara or somebody like that. Who were we talking about the other day? That still looks really good.
Um, I don't know. Aubrey
Oh right,
Plaza.
yeah, yeah, Danny. She was Dr. Chase Meridian. I always get her confused with the girl from the first one. But yeah, I mean, she was so thirsty in that movie too. In Batman Forever, she just wanted Bruce Wayne. Well, she wanted Batman's dick so bad. Maybe she's a furry. Maybe that's the reason. I mean, she did end up with a. I mean, she was a fish person in the movie, so an Aquaman. You saw that movie, right? With the obnoxious guitar riff man.
Every time something cool happened, yeah, there was a guitar riff.
Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, that was it.
I haven't seen
Yep.
Michelle Pfeiffer in recent years, but she was definitely very attractive, to put it that way.
Yeah, she probably looks old now.
The wall
Somebody
comes
look
for
her
us
up.
all eventually, especially in Game of Thrones.
Not me.
No,
I've always looked like this.
you've always looked like you're
I'm like
45.
George Clooney. I always look 80. I shouldn't say 80. He always looks like he's like 45. Like a good 45, but he's always looked 45.
People think I look like I'm in my 20s. I can only imagine if I shave this off, I look like a freaking teenager.
Michelle Pfeiffer is 64. Let's see, 2022.
Nintendo?
She's a Nintendo 64.
I liked both of them when I was a kid. I wanted to play with both of them.
Yep, she looks old. I mean, she looks good for 64, but
Yes, well,
this is a very Dragon Ball related discussion.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure Toriyama has heard of Batman.
Yeah. Toriyama doesn't hear about anything on his island made of money.
Yeah, he was able to build a bridge just out of the bricks, the wads of money that Toei keeps dumping on his front
Yeah, he's
yard.
got a vault like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, seriously, it's filled with yen, so it's about 100 times bigger than Scrooge McDuck's.
Right.
I don't even know if they have coin yen. You look like you're really struggling not to play your Xbox right now.
No, I'm looking for my
The Xbox.
controller to brighten the screen.
You got the
I don't have a
Xbox?
very good. I don't have a good lighting source in my room.
You don't say.
I was born in the darkness, molded by it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of lights going on in my room either.
No, I don't think you have enough darkness, honestly. It's a really yin and yang situation.
Yeah.
But I have
It's
Master
funny because
Chief.
it's the opposite on the inside.
Let's see, bring back Tambourine, the best Dragon Ball villain.
Josh, you're going to get us a copyright claim with the Master Chief in the background. I don't want to get sued by Bungie and 343 at the same time.
But Mike, this is a Halo Infinite artwork, so it won't be Bungie. It'll be 343.
Yo, what's up? You gotta stop and listen. It's coming to you.
Oh boy. You gotta get yourself a copyright strike. Well, this is Dokkan assets, so it really should be fine.
That's true.
The whole video should actually be okay to watch. Because this guy just uploaded it from
Give me free advertising, Gohan.
Amazing.
あの体勢からの返し侮りがたし鼻から第4形態フリーザより1回変身多い設定見せた変身1回 Yo Yo 最後は太陽そりゃないよ
Huh?
Mr. Gohan asked if I'm still mobile gaming or is it over now. I'm still mobile gaming.
You remember he was always a big fan of yours.
I just spent obscene amount of money on Cooler yesterday. Actually, the Cooler card that is from that rap song just came out last night,
Oh
and
yeah? How much
I
money
spent a
did you
lot.
spend?
I don't want to say. I really shouldn't, because
Did you?
Danny's here. He'd be disappointed in me. I
He
know how
spends
he feels about Dokkan.
he spends more than that at the Brazilian steakhouse every day.
Well, if you play the game, just know that I bought all the sales that were available, and then a little extra.
Guys, there really are a lot of comments, and I'm not 100% clear of mind at the moment. So when you send in the super chats, it's gonna make them so much easier for me to read them.
Hula,
But
hula, reasons the
let's
Like,
see.
I'm gonna send you Dokkan animations to play
Yeah, I'm sure I won't get claimed
and
for
react
those.
to.
Even if I'm sure I already got a claim as it is anyway. YouTube hasn't done anything on the stream yet,
Would
but
you get? Is it wrong for us to react to someone's compiled animation video? I don't think so. It's just them compiling animations that are already made.
and we could react to it. But the thing is that I don't know how I'm gonna show it on the screen. Like I might be able to show us, but
Yeah, YouTube video.
no, I mean I don't know
Ding-a-ling.
if we could show us on the screen reacting to it. You know how like
I don't think
reaction
anyone needs to see
channels,
our fucking faces.
the reaction channels with
I think it's just you commenting and them seeing. I think having the whole screen to ourselves or to the video is fine. No, you would have to do like a layering thing on OBS to get us above the video, right?
yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna show yours. I could show mine. Uh, Let me see if I could pop out your camera. That'd be cool.
Since I'm the whale, the resident whale.
Okay, I could show your camera. Let me do a desk pin. And of course, I can't even see you now. So I'll have you full screen.
Oh, oh.
Oh, 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 Furiza-sama. Uh, Here we go. Wait, let me turn off my camera on here. On the camera on. Wait. Turn on the camera on here. Boom. Boom. Holy shit, we're making it work. It's working. You gonna send me the video, Josh?
And Discord sent it.
Furiza-sama. Oh, here we go. So I guess we're gonna do a reaction, guys.
Yeah, the whole audience enjoyed the. I mean, like, look at it compared to like the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. Let me, just...
The sprites don't look too good for the animations, really.
Yeah, you've told me in that in the past.
You can tell the actual attacks look incredible.
Yeah. If the whole thing was just like animated like that, it would be a lot better.
Yeah,
Like
for
yeah,
sure.
like this is really low res for Goku.
Yep. And it depends on like what cards you're fighting, because some of the newer cards have better looking sprites too. They gotta update them
Yeah,
across
like
the
look
board.
at that.
俺は弟のように甘くはない一人残らず根絶やしにしてくれるこのどしごと消えてやる
KO.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. It's always great when they give the cards a KO screen too, because they don't all get KO screens like that.
Oh, it's over.
Well, that's just one of them. I mean, I could send videos of like a million of them, but let's see.
Somebody asked Black Frieza versus Freddy Krueger. I wonder who's gonna win. Who's Bishar? Isn't that a Pokemon? Dragon Ball Superhero.
I mean, there's gonna be so much cool stuff with those new forms. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
just content coming out of that.
I just hope they're not made irrelevant like immediately, because like
Mhm.
it would be nice to have all the characters relatively on par, I guess.
Right.
I don't know that such a thing is going to happen. Knowing Dragon Ball, it probably isn't, but we'll see. What's a good one to put in? Cell Max. So it's fucking
Max
clickbait. Well, that's what
going
YouTube likes to
dark.
promote. Hey, 5 times still messed up, featuring the legendary Dragon Ball Nation. Whatever happened to that guy?
That guy
You're
sounds like a
you're
fuck.
recording it.
Sounds like an idiot.
You're recording it, Josh, right?
Yeah, that's my new name.
Let's see. Like people could see my subscriptions right now. I don't really care. Cell Mac. Where is that?
What are you trying to find, Dokkan?
Cell Max Dokkan. Do they have him in
That what
Legends yet?
is that what you're trying to find?
Yeah.
Oh, just look up Dokkan. Yeah, he's not in that many games. So yeah, just look up. Look at that one right there, the 30-second one. There's not
Sounds like
much. It's just a
Halloween
little
music.
thing. Some of the music in Dokkan is fucking heat, though. Seriously. It's almost like a middle ground between the 3D and 2D, though. It's weird. And this is just straight up 2D. It does super attack.
Why the hell is he fighting with Cyber?
It's like the default, like training dummy. If that makes sense. Like for a fighting game.
Yeah, when did he come out? Like last week or something?
Yeah, it's a week or two ago. He's just a boss fight, though. You can't use him. I'm not sure how you make him playable, really.
I don't know. What was I showing on here before?
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, stuff like that. Hey, it's an anime that's not Dragon Ball on my screen. What a shocker. Hey, it's Dragon Ball Nation. Ugh.
Is that Goku dead in the background?
No, that's well, it's a rip off of a Dragon Ball character basically. Is
Looks like UI
Boros.
Goku dead.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't it?
they did have that before UI came out. And I have some of the
Cell
coolest
Max versus
backgrounds
Cell
ever.
X.
Who the hell's Cell X?
That's from Dragon Ball Online / Heroes.
Oh, is that the one with like the bug body? Like,
Yeah.
well, all of them have a bug
I
body.
mean, I would imagine that Cell Max would win. Wasn't it stated that like before the film came out that if Cell Max was completed that he might be as strong as Broly? That's what I saw. I think I saw something like that. Could be wrong. That
How the
could be
hell would they know
bullshit.
that?
It was before the film, so it's the creators. I don't know if it was Toriyama or God forbid Torotaro. I've been so out of the loop.
Huh? Oh yeah, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to any of that stuff. Like if anyone wants to know like up-to-date info about
This is
everything that's
not the
going
place.
on in yeah, exactly. This is not the location, the locale for such a thing to occur. Here we go. Double view.
Oriyama said Cell Max Perfecto would be stronger than Broly.
Yeah, because
Oh,
Toriyama
another
never
thing about the
changes his
film
mind about power scaling.
is they really heavily implied like the only reason Gohan could destroy cells because he hit the weak spot. But
Yeah.
like honestly, him tanking that punch from Cell Max, he should just obliterate him right there.
Yeah, like
Like
if he just used a
disintegrated them, right?
Kamehameha, he probably would have killed
Yeah,
him.
exactly. Like just disintegrate him. What blew off his arm again?
It was the Gamma. He like
So then,
overcharged, and he only was using the remaining energy too. Remember, like when he's fighting
so
Piccolo, he
then there's
said,
no
"I have."
reason he shouldn't be able to like just disintegrate Cell Max with a Kamehameha
Yeah, I don't know
or
why.
Masenko.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that
That
weak
special beam
spot
can
thing.
looked incredible, though. I mean, visually, it was the right decision. They
Yeah.
just explained it badly. But
Did you
like the
just say
visuals,
special beam
that
cannon,
it looked
Josh?
amazing. Oh, Masenka po 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 po.
Makanga Zappo! That's my Piccolo impression.
Yeah,
Gohan's
you
more
should
like,
stop impersonating him.
"Eh!" What? Oh no, Gohan sounds like a girl in Japanese. I wonder why.
If you
Oh no.
if you skim through that video I sent you, you could see a large variety of quality animations.
Which video? Oh, I'm not even getting notified when you're sending me stuff.
Um,
Oh, I see.
I sent that a little while ago. I
39
would skim
minutes,
through because like
Josh.
you can tell the old ones don't look quite as good.
I really try my patience with this 39 minutes.
Well, I wasn't gonna, make
How
this
many
fit
ads is
anymore.
Scoop put in here?
God, I don't know.
Unlimited advertising.
Kind of hard to skim through those, I guess, though, huh? With the large length. That's what she said.
I let other people make those statements for me.
But see, not all the attacks look quite as good as,
Well, that's okay.
the
That
newer
arc was
stuff,
garbage anyway. I mean, it
right?
was amazing. The bestest arc ever because of the themes. Like, I want to kill everyone because I'm evil.
Actually looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
The
Something's wrong with it.
Gohan fighting the Cell Juniors looks pretty decent. Like when you get a really good looking super attack versus a really good sprite, that's when it looks nice. The Gogeta Blue animations are ridiculous.
Looks like right out of the movie.
Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, like it looks like pretty close. The art direction in that film was fantastic. Like some people may forget, like the actual art style was a bit different than the regular anime. It wasn't exactly the same.
Shin Kami, right?
Yeah, really nice. People are gonna think this is the Dokkan channel now. Which is where all the money is.
Oh yeah, all the money for that.
All the money for you to put back into the game, yeah.
This looks like straight out of the show, Joe.
Saba.
I'm sorry, Dokkan. Excuse me. Excuse me. That armor is not canon. It's filler trash.
don't know how they do the animation. I think they just put like a bunch of pictures and like kind of move the. I don't know how they do it. It's not like they're
Also,
actually
Danny,
animating it.
I actually weigh less than that now. I don't even have
You're
a
not
2
as
in front of my
rotund as
number
before.
anymore. I hadn't seen a 2 not in front of my weight since I was like 12.
Ifla.
Low mid 190s.
You know, they had a lot of ass shots in that movie, but Kefla was nowhere.
I mean, they didn't want people like going full on Rich Evans in the movie theater and just
I think I'm gonna come.
I fucking love Dragon Ball. I clapped. I clapped because I know what that is. I did love all the ATSTs and the Grand Moff Tarkin and all the other stuff in the movie too. My hands
Yep.
were bleeding by the end. These are prosthetics, so. So yeah, lowest I got was 184, then weighed. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing so for anyone who's interested, I know Josh isn't, but for anyone else who's interested, I've been doing keto for the most part for like almost a year now. So I lost a lot of weight and I gained more muscle and stuff like that, just working out all the time and being a man. And during, Josh wouldn't
Being a
know anything
man.
about that. But during
Very
that
humble.
I'm always very humble. I'm extremely humble because I'm so amazing. I have to be humble all the time because otherwise, people would their minds would be blown every single time I open my mouth. But that's why I'm so humble. But anyway, Josh, while Josh has been doing his seafood diet, where he eats whatever he sees.
I eat
Uh,
whatever I see, whatever's in the freezer.
yeah,
Any frozen dinners.
I've been doing keto, but the past couple weeks I've just been, having rock cheat days. Like yesterday, I got like a frozen pizza, like a bruschetta or whatever. Give me some money, please. And I like covered it with like extra pepperonis and cheese and gorgonzola and hot sauce and peppers, all that stuff. I make all
Making
my
up
own.
fucking names.
Yeah, I make all my own. Isn't Gorgonzola the villain of the new Dragon Ball series? But yeah, I make all my own food now. But every once in a while, I like to just get something. So I had that. I had sushi. I had like some candy. Like I just went crazy yesterday with everything because I just every once in a while, like I just need to just go nuts with what I'm eating and have fun and that was definitely yesterday. So I've been doing a little bit more of that. So I'm not like anorexic yet, but eventually, I hope to look as good. No, I can't say that. I hope.
I want to be Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like the thing is with Henry Cavill, like when he like there's scenes of him in The Witcher, he's so freaking jacked that he just doesn't look correct in his clothes. Like he just looks weird. It's like almost John Cena in Peacemaker right now.
Well, that's
Where
kind of how it is in the games. He's got a very unnatural physique,
yeah,
honestly.
sushi on keto. Yeah, it was a whole cheat day, Danny. Like sometimes I do that. But yeah, like I'm trying to aim for like 185 right now. The thing is I work out like all the time, so like I want to be like muscular, but I want to hit that like good body fat percentage. Nah, it's a lot bigger than that, but
You know what this
anyway.
means, Michael?
Yeah, I do. Trust me, I do. But yeah,
What does this mean?
I don't feel like talking about it right now. It
No,
means
what do you mean? This is sign language.
yeah, here this is sign language too.
This means I have to use the bathroom.
Oh, that's what that means?
That's what that means, sign language. I have to take a shit.
That meant you had a chode.
Am I doing that sign right?
I don't know. I don't speak American Sign Language. I know some of the more entertaining ones, but I'm not going to use them in this video right now. Maybe when I'm like wasted in a future video, I'll just like say fuck it and just make every single joke that comes in my head. But right now, I'm still you know, I'm just gonna say right now, the mantra of this like podcast, if this is what we're even doing,
We're just
is
shooting the shit.
just that we don't give a shit and we're just gonna say whatever we want for the most part. So maybe in the future it won't even be for the most part, but we'll see. I still got books to publish. I still got things to do, and I don't want to be canceled yet. After I
Things to
publish
take.
them, we can get canceled all we want because I don't really care.
You only get canceled if you allow yourself to get canceled.
Yeah, like you'd be like Dave Chappelle and uncancelable. I don't really
Yeah,
like,
that's how I would be.
I'm not one of those people who's gonna go on and make a whole apology video on that shit anyway.
No, that makes you look worse.
Yeah, that's true. Every single time it just makes them look weak,
Mhm.
and scrawny and girly and scrawny little bitches. You got to pump the iron to be a man. When you become a man, you got to drink beer and you got to eat the protein powder and you got to screw the wrenches, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of the women. Stuff like that. But yeah, and I see we lost viewers because people love Harold.
I think it's getting late.
Yeah, that's true. House of the Dragon's about to come on. So, unless anyone has any pressing questions, I think we might wrap this up momentarily.
Do you have to work tomorrow, Michael?
Of course.
As do I. I have to be in at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we have these things called jobs, so we do them. I'm gonna be. It's gonna be interesting if anyone on my job watches this. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I doubt you made it this far in, but if you did, well, that's pretty fascinating. So yeah. Anyway, hey, I've already given you guys fair warning. I'm sure by now. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt, by the way, guys. I'm kind of. I don't know if you noticed from
That's war.
the background. Yeah, I'm wearing a Rats War shirt. So I don't know if you guys are like familiar with this, but I kind of like pop culture things that are slightly nerdy. I mean, like all these like posters and stuff on my wall. Like you wouldn't expect that. These Pokemon cards and things that cost a lot of money. That might be like a massively horrible financial decision depending upon your perspective. Like I doubt that ever implies I'm like a nerd or anything, but it's kind of a thing. So hi. But yeah, um, Angry Austrian spitting facts. That's true. Yes, Rats Raw. It's
We're
the
gonna
new
make that's a thing now too. Just so you
it's the
know.
new Triple H version of Monday Night Raw. It's called Rats Raw.
That's gonna be
Starring Chris
a
Benoit.
it's gonna be a running gag.
Yeah,
That's
we need some of those. I mean, who knows? Are we gonna do this every week, Josh, or like, what are we doing?
Let's see how it goes. I don't want to. I don't. We'll see.
I might just live stream on my own sometimes, guys. So like, this probably isn't the end. Like, live streaming is
Well, if
so
I'm
much
not here, no
easier.
one's gonna watch.
Yeah, it's true. I know that you guys hate me and you don't want to watch anything I ever
That's
do,
why I
but
subscribed.
yeah, they all subscribed for Josh, not for me. That's why he has more subscribers on his channel than I do, right?
That's why I'm on your videos.
Yeah, that's why you're on my videos. To be fair, I was on your last real video, so I could say
My last
that.
real video was Dokkan. That's the most real it can get.
Yeah, it's very real to real. Hi, Mark. Are you watching this video? I don't know, but what's up? And Garda Trace, I like your videos. You need to make more because I enjoyed them, and I don't remember the last time you uploaded. Last time I checked, it was a while ago. So no pressure, but you can make more. Maybe I'll have you on at some time. Maybe we'll have like more guests. It'd be interesting if I had like, I don't know, new YouTubers I haven't had in the past on the podcast. I always wanted to have Totally Not Mark on my channel, but actually, I did have him on my channel, and the video ended up being like 3 hours long because we had this ridiculous conversation. I was like, I'm not fucking editing that. Not to mention, every single time I spoke during his audio, you could hear me in the background echoing on his stuff.
That's
So
always the most fun when you're editing.
yeah, it
To
took
hear
him
that
like it
shit.
took him forever to send it because he's got that Irish internet. I don't know if they have bad internet there or not, but it's like I know Australia has terrible internet,
Oh, he's
so
from Texas.
yeah, with that accent, you could tell.
With that voice, I thought.
Yeah, he has a very sick. I was gonna say a sick Southern accent. What the fuck's wrong with me? But he's got a very thick Southern accent, particularly Southern Ireland, not the Northern. There's a whole story about the Northern Ireland I'm not gonna get into on this stream, but they did shoot a lot of Game of Thrones there, which is on right now. But fortunately, it's on HBO Max, so I don't have to. I don't have to actually watch things on time because, who the hell has time for that anymore? I'd rather sit there and mindlessly watch YouTube videos for 6 hours straight than watch something when it's actually supposed to come on. I got a review of Dragon Ball Super Superhero coming up. Cool. What do I do for work? Maybe I'll talk more about that in the future. I mean, this is the first stream, and so it isn't necessarily built up enough with the audience to where I want to fully bring that to the forefront. But then again, we'll have to see how the videos that I don't title Dragon Ball Super Superhero perform, because who knows with the algorithm. Uh, what about fans coming on the show? I'm pretty sure Totally Not Mark's a fan of mine. I mean, I do make such amazing content. He has to be, right?
I'm a fan of yours, Mike.
Ugh, disgusting.
Ugh.
Gross. A fan of mine? What the fuck? Who's a fan of Mike from Laughingstock Media in cinema? How's it
You know what
going?
I'm a fan of is taking a shit, which is
Yeah.
something I have to do.
Well, that's a good time to wrap it up. Very nothing lowbrow about that conclusion in the story. So, that being said, guys, it was fun making this live stream. I guess we're going to do more of them in the future. Me on my own. Do an LSM solo run. Maybe I'll do LSM midnight run, like kind of like Toonami used to be. That'd be cool. Even though I go to sleep a lot earlier now because I wake up, at normal people hours these days. And Josh wakes up at like, old people hours at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, 4:30 sometimes for work. Yeah, I'm gonna get up at probably 6 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fun. I fortunately I've learned how to get fast. Fortunately, I've learned how to speak English correctly for this sentence, which is
After you
I
thought about it for a second,
see that's the thing I need to do more often. I gotta just like take long awkward pauses and then say everything perfectly.
now just let it roll right off the tongue like me.
That's what I do
Then flub
usually,
your
and
words.
and then exactly, I just fuck everything up because I have this perfect inner monologue of everything I'm going to say,
It
and then I
snowballs.
and then I go to say, and it just gets worse and worse. It just turns into a catastrophe every time I open my mouth. And you guys wonder why my videos took me so long to edit, and I put out a video like every 2 weeks or a month. This is why. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm going to do more in the future. Maybe I'll upload actual videos in the future, but we'll see. So, I was going to say make sure to stick around because there's not more to come in the future. But like I said, this is a new LSM, a new debut, so see you guys whenever we feel like it. Bye.